Hello, hello, and welcome back. It's almost bedtime, but not quite, which means it is story time. So, a trip once more to check in with our friends, Fuzzy and Max. Now, where we left them last, right, we had learned about Barbara's extracurricular activities, we'll call it, inventing new ways to grade people and kick them out of school when she doesn't like them. That was Chapter 9, and now, Chapter 10.1, back in Robot Integration Program Headquarters. Hello, Max. I'm glad to see you again, said Fuzzy, who was hooked up to his charging dock. He never says he's glad to see me, Jones whispered to Nina. Who can blame him, she thought. Come on, let's look over the new rule-following code he wrote overnight, Nina said, steering Jones to the screens on the far side of the room. What's going on? Asked Jones, puzzled at being pulled away from Fuzzy. Even artificial teenagers need a little privacy sometimes, whispered Nina. Jones's eyes widened, but he didn't argue. I've got to talk to you about something big, Max told Fuzzy. Me too, Fuzzy said. But first, are you mad at me? Max asked once they were semi-alone. You know, for leaving you in the hallway. Is that why you left the school? Because you were mad at me? I have only a few subroutines that would be similar to what you call mad, said Fuzzy, but none of them have been triggered by your actions. Whew, she said. I'm glad. I felt really bad about leaving you, and then I felt really bad when I found out you'd left school and those people tried to steal you. You felt bad? Oh, sorry. I felt really bad when I found out you'd left school and those people tried to steal you. I felt bad when I heard that you got extra discipline tags. You felt bad? Yes. An accumulation of high-priority problems adds a lot of stress to my processors. Same here, said Max. But listen, it looks like the D-tags are not a problem anymore. Dorgus deleted them. Now all I have to worry about is my tests. I have found a solution to that problem. You have? Squealed Max. What is it? Let's talk about it at lunch, said Fuzzy. Why can't you tell me now? First, lunch is part of the solution. And second, the chime for homeroom will ring in 30 seconds. 10.2, Cafeteria. Wait a second, said Max as they approached the cafeteria. How are we going to talk about this at lunch? You usually have to turn off your speech processor. My plan is simple. We will use paper and pencil. Where are you going to get a pencil? According to my understanding, paper and pencils are commonly found in schools. Maybe in ye olden days. Can you use my screen instead? No. It is important that we are not overheard or monitored. Who's going to be monitoring my screen? Oh, I get it. Right. Max thought back on a lot of private stuff she had written on her screen. Had Barbara been reading all of it? Creepy. Well, I guess we better try to find some paper and a pencil then, said Max. Maybe Christy has it in her sketchbook? When they got to the cafeteria, they found Christy, but had some trouble convincing her to rip a page out of her sketchbook. Oh my God, do you know how much these sketchbooks cost? You don't just rip pages out of them. It leaves little jagglies and... Ugh, forget it, fumed Max. Christy did seem to enjoy driving Max crazy, but Max knew she never really wanted Max mad at her. And without another word, Christy ripped a page out of the back of the book and handed it over, along with a pencil. By this time, Biggs had come over to talk to Fuzzy, followed by Simeon. Max groaned. Smoke, Biggs, move along. Fuzzy and I have to have a little meeting. I know, said Biggs. I'm invited. What? She looked at Fuzzy for an answer, then remembered that his voice recognition was turned off. She pointed at Biggs. Fuzzy nodded. What about me? Asked Christy. And me, said Simeon. I thought this was supposed to be top secret, complained Max. Fuzzy began writing. Oh my gosh, he writes fast, said Christy. But why is his handwriting so sloppy? Asked Biggs. I thought it would be machine-like, not simian-like. Ha ha, said Simeon. Would you guys shut up so I can read what he's writing? Fuzzy. I have a plan to help Max. I believe it will also help Biggs. Barbara must not know of the plan, so we cannot speak out loud about it. I thought started Biggs. Shh! Write it, snapped Max. So Biggs wrote, I thought B was only listening for cuss words. Fuzzy. I am certain she monitors far more of what goes on in this school than her core programming calls for, and I think that she is also taking many actions that are not part of her core programming, including changing your responses to tests. What? Everybody said out loud, except Christy, who said, no way. Fuzzy. Max, you once stated that you thought Barbara was out to get you. Max. Yeah, it sure feels like it. Fuzzy. My analysis suggests that there is a 97% likelihood that you are correct. She is changing your answers to give you lower scores. Biggs. What about me? Fuzzy. Yes, Biggs. My analysis suggests that there is a 78% likelihood that she is working against you as well. Christy. What about me? Simeon. And me? Fuzzy. My analysis has not indicated that. Yeah, you guys are just dumb on your own, said Biggs. And you're just a... Guys, can you stop? Let Fuzzy tell us his plan. Chapter 10.3, Cafeteria. Fuzzy. My plan is that you submit a test that we know is 100% accurate. Then, when Barbara reports your score as less than 100%, we will know for certain that she is altering your score. Simeon. How are we going to do that? Even I don't get 100% every time. Fuzzy. You will take your math and reading tests normally. I am going to submit answers for your science test for you. After taking the test, each student pushes the submit button on their desk and the answers are wirelessly sent to Barbara. I have monitored these transmissions during previous tests, and I will have no difficulty recreating and transmitting the wireless signals with all of the correct answer. Max. Fuzzy. That's cheating. Fuzzy. That is correct. Christy. I'm out. Simeon. Me too. Biggs. Well, I'm in. Barbara has been cheating against us. This is a way for us to even things out for once. Fuzzy. Max? Max. I don't know. Normally, I would never cheat in a million years. Biggs. But this situation isn't normal. Fuzzy. I have run 100 simulations. In these simulations, we have been caught 0 times. There is nothing for Barbara to see on camera or to hear on a microphone, and my transmission signal will be a perfect duplicate of the ones coming from the other combo desks. All you have to do is take the test, but do not hit submit. At the end of the class, you accidentally turn off the power on your desk, and all evidence is gone. Max. It's a great plan, but I think Barbara will be suspicious when Biggs and I suddenly get a perfect score. Biggs. Yeah, why don't you have each of us miss one question? Different questions. Fuzzy. I will do that. Biggs. All right, I'm definitely in. How about you, Max? Chapter 10.4, Cafeteria. Max thought for a minute. She hated the idea of cheating, but she really hated the idea of getting another bad score, getting yelled at by her parents, maybe even getting sent to a different school. Fuzzy's plan was a chance to break out of that cycle. Besides, if his plan worked, they would then be able to tell Mr. Dorgas and the lady from the school district and Max's parents what Barbara had been up to. And since they were planning to explain what they had done, it wasn't really cheating. She could always retake the test later, after Barbara had been fixed. Yeah, she'd definitely take the test again on her own, with no one helping her, or hurting her. Then she could go back to being a normal student again. Max. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Let's cheat. Chapter 10.5, Robot Integration Program Headquarters. What do you think we should do? Asked Nina. She and Jones had watched through Fuzzy's eyes as the whole written conversation was spelled out. What should we do? We should party, yelled Jones. Do you realize what's going on here? This is 100 times bigger than his last leap forward. And believe me, that one was big. But this, wow, zarking huge. Fuzzy walked out of here pretending to be a goody two-shoes, and now he's plotting a revolution. He's actually planning to cheat on a test to help out this girl, who he has never been programmed or instructed to help in any way. It's mind-blowing. But he was supposed to be following the rules. Remember that part, Jones? Yes, I do. And that's the best part, Nina. Don't you see? He's breaking the rules. He's a robot that knowingly breaks rules. That is fuzzy logic. Yeah, I am pretty proud of him. He's become a real free thinker. But, well, don't forget to be proud of us, too. We're the ones who created him. All those years of programming, the hours of simulations, the field tests, the disastrous missions, it's all led up to this. Talk about artificial intelligence. We just made the jump to light speed. We did it, Nina. I agree, but could you calm down and just let me finish a sentence? What I mean is, what are we going to do about these tests and Fuzzy getting Max and Biggs to cheat? You just promised the federal school board that he would follow the rules. If the school catches him cheating, they'll kick us out in a nanosecond. Who cares? Let them kick us out. I think we're done here. Fuzzy is fuzzy. The fuzzy logic has kicked in. You were right when you came up with this crazy plan to send him to school. Middle school is hell, and you've got to be a badass to survive, and he just became one. First of all, I don't think I put it quite that way. Second, what about Max and that other kid? Listen, I'm talking about the biggest advance in artificial intelligence since Donkey Kong, and you're worried about a couple kids cheating on their science test? We just made history. I've got to call Colonel Ryder. This will get him off my back for good. Mission accomplished. Chapter 10.5.5. Barbara had indeed been fooled by Fuzzy's handwriting trick. Her cameras, mounted on the walls and ceiling, were just too far away to get a good look. But he had underestimated her in every other aspect of his plan. She had devoted a significant portion of her processing power to monitoring not only Fuzzy, but the entire robot integration program crew, especially Jones. So even though she missed out on Fuzzy's written plan, the microphones and cameras she had in the robot integration program headquarters picked up on Jones and Nina's discussion of it. She heard and understood every word, and the one that really got her attention was the word cheat. With that one word, several separate subroutines overlapped. One was remove M's elaster. M's elaster had been identified as an undesirable student several weeks ago. Although she typically scored well in her tests, she scored very low on Barbara's own ranking systems for obedience, normal conduct, and focus. She was one of the students who did more to downgrade than upgrade, at least as far as Barbara's data was concerned. Barbara's analysis showed a 63% likelihood that removing Max from the school would ultimately result in higher overall constant upgrade scores. And so the best thing for the school was to remove M's elaster. And Barbara's subroutine altered Max's data as necessary to make that happen. Similarly, Barbara had created a remove J Biggs subroutine and even a remove Fuzzy subroutine. And of course, her no cheating code was always activated, always vigilant, and always at a high priority. And now these subroutines all merged. If she could collect evidence of the cheating, she could get rid of Max, Biggs, and Fuzzy in one go. Her analysis showed a 99.9% likelihood of an overall improvement to constant upgrade scores. So, Barbara took the processing power she had been devoting to each one and focused all of it on a single purpose: catch cheaters.
Ah, battery in my camera died before I could say goodnight. Sorry about that. It is, however, late, and I am, however, tired. So even though I'm in a very small box, it is still time to get some sleep.